Yeti just dropped their new e-bike. Let's build it. This is the brand new Yeti MTe, and here's everything you need to know about the bike. Starting off with the simple things, this bike is 160 millimeters in the front and 145 millimeters of travel in the rear. It does come stock with a 29-inch wheel configuration front and rear, but it does have the ability to run a mullet in the rear. Going to the 145 millimeters of rear travel, a lot of people will see that this is a Yeti and it's missing out on the Sixfinity. Instead, it's using Yeti's 6-bar suspension platform, which goes by Sixfinity, and it provides an excellent ride. The traction on this platform is second to none, and the support that I got while climbing and while pushing into berms and other areas that I need and want a lot of support, this bike did exceptionally well. 91.5 after equalizing. It's 185 after equalizing. There's also a chip in the suspension that allows you to change the progressivity and leverage ratio of the rear end by plus or minus 5%. Now, it wouldn't be a true e-bike first look without talking about the specifications of the motor and the battery. This uses the all-new TQ HPR system, which offers 60 Newton meters of power from the motor and 580 watt-hours of capacity from the battery. This 580 watt-hour battery comes stock on the C series build and the T series build. However, the T4, the highest level build, does get a 290 watt-hour battery, which drops the weight of this bike from 42 pounds to 38 pounds. It's a very light e-bike. On our first ride, I made the mistake of not updating the bike fully, so I was limited in the amount of power I got from it, and that caused me to do my first couple of climbs with the bike off. And being 100% honest, this thing climbed like my old Specialized Enduro. With the motor off, the motor felt dragless, and I was still keeping up with my friends that were riding stump jumpers and other similar trail bikes. Once the motor was fixed, the power was really nice. It offered this great support to the rider that wasn't overwhelming like some e-bikes do, and I found that riding this in the second mode was a lot of fun and very rewarding. Although this bike only has a 580 watt-hour battery, I was still able to do 30 miles and over 6,000 feet of climbing with a fully charged battery. That has to do with how the motor actually applies that power, and it's very efficient. My final conclusion on this bike is that it's a really great bike, but for a specific rider. Don't get on this bike and expect it to feel like the brand new Levo or a full power Bosch, because it simply won't. However, if you're getting on an e-bike and wanting something that offers a good amount of support with a very similar ride to an analog mountain bike, I don't think there's a better option out on the market other than this. The weight, the pedalability, and the maneuverability of the bike set this apart in the SL category and make this one of the bikes that I feel is going to be very sought after.